Yo, what is good, everyone? It is OG over here from PlayerEssence.com. Sorry about my voice. I'm still kind of sick, still kind of getting over it. So my voice is going to be like this, unfortunately, throughout the whole video. But let's go ahead and get right into the news here because there was some interesting stuff and I have to talk about this stuff. So, Nintendo NX. There's been a ton of rumors dropping left and right, and it really does seem like there's going to be something going down this year for the Nintendo NX. But let's get into the first thing here. So, according to a GFK survey, there was a bunch of different features listed on this survey for users to fill out. And some of those features pertaining to Nintendo NX were achievements, 4K/60 frames per second video streaming, 900p, 60 frames per second gameplay, connectivity between a console unit and a handheld unit. And that's very interesting that they put those things out there. Some people were like, oh my gosh, this confirms that Nintendo is doing all this stuff. No, I want to stress to you guys that this information, as far as what was on that survey, it could be something that Nintendo implemented into the Nintendo NX. It couldn't be. It is not 100% set in stone that those are the things. The survey is legitimate, but the contents are necessarily for the Nintendo NX are not legitimate or 100% set in stone. They could be in there, they could not be. Those are the things that I need to stress to people. But it would be interesting because people were saying 900p 60 frames per second. What's up with that? Wii U could do 1080p 60 frames per second for some games, which is true, but I don't think that it would be the standard for all games, 900p 60 frames per second. What they're saying here is that that's like the minimum. Nintendo's first party games would be probably a minimum there. You might still see games that were 1080p. Obviously, like Smash Bros. And stuff like that, 2D platformers can do 1080p. So I don't think that they're setting that limit for all games. I just think that's just going to be the minimum, 900p 60 frames per second for a lot of games. So if they did do that, that's what it would be. It wouldn't be the console is locked into that. I do like the fact that if they did do connectivity between the handheld and home console, I think at this point that's what Nintendo's going to do. They're obviously not going to give up the handheld market. They have a firm grasp on that, so they're not going to give away that. Nintendo NX is probably going to have a handheld unit and a console unit. Late Satoru Iwata even mentioned something like that as far as having a home unit and a handheld unit, so I think that's going to happen. Achievements, I think at this point Nintendo really needs to jump on board with that. People have been asking for them over and over and over and over, and there's one thing that I noticed with Nintendo going from the Wii to the Wii U. Nintendo really did the minimum as far as requests that players wanted. People really wanted certain things, and Nintendo was just like, oh well, we'll do some things and not other things, and they left out a lot of stuff that people were desiring as far as content goes or as far as the system goes. I think this time going from the Wii U to Nintendo NX, I don't think they can do that. I really do think that they have to make sure that they include stuff like the basic stuff that people want. And I understand not everybody loves achievements or anything like that, but it's just something that I think that they have to do at this point. iPhone, Android, stuff like that has achievements. Pretty much every platform out there. So I think it's time Nintendo makes a universal achievement system. Plus, we do have some positive news as far as that goes because they did patent something like a universal achievement system. And I think it would work really well with their new My Nintendo. So I think this is something that they should just do. As far as other Nintendo NX rumors goes, a video from Super Metal Dave. So what's up, dude? Shout out to your channel, Super Metal Dave 64, and he talked about the AMD investor meeting that just went down recently, and they talked about a new semiconductor business as far as home consoles go or new dedicated video game machines go. But it really seems like they're talking about home consoles, new business that is happening in the second half of 2016. So they're expecting a console launch, something to launch new in 2016, and AMD is widely rumored to be partnering with Nintendo for the Nintendo NX graphics chips, because AMD is kind of hinting, and they've hinted before, that there's going to be a console launch in 2016, whether it's the handheld portion or the console portion, who knows. But if Nintendo does launch a Nintendo NX handheld portion, I would like it to be able to connect to your TV and be able to play games like that too. I personally would want that. Another rumor actually stated that Nintendo is going to launch the Nintendo NX in 2016 as far as the handheld component, and 2017 as far as the console component. So there is just rumors floating like crazy. I'll have links to all of the rumors in the description below. You can check that out for yourself there. I'm personally just excited. I'm really excited for Nintendo NX. I think that this is Nintendo's time to actually show what they can do after a little bit of a disappointment. They've had some good sales with Nintendo 3DS. They've had some faltering sales with the Wii U, but this is a perfect time for Nintendo to show us, like, hey, we can still come back in this, we can still make some great games. And I think that's really what's going to come down to. It's going to come down to how's the OS perform, how's the online play, how are the games. That's what people care about. People care about games, online play functionality. That's what they really need to nail. Useless features like Wii U chat, stuff like that. Don't even waste time on stuff like that. Wii U chat, probably the most useless feature ever. So let's see what Nintendo does with Nintendo NX as far as how they go forward. I'm excited to see it all. They're going to be talking the first details about the Nintendo NX here in 2016. I expect them to be in the first half. I actually think that's going to come before E3, then more information or a release date as far as what they're planning to do at E3. Alright, so that basically wraps it up for this one here. I sound horrible. I'm going to get some rest, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this, just without the voice. Trust me, guys, if you're new, I don't talk like this all the time. So hit that like button. Also subscribe if you're someone new as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video.